Memories of the 2007 post-election violence are still fresh in the minds of many Kenyans, given the magnitude of the scars the violence left them. One such victim is John Njoroge, who recalls his life before the skirmishes following the botched electoral process.
I had gathered enough properties, but they were destroyed one day and it was turned into ashes.
He is among the 65,000 Kenyan refugees who sought safety in Uganda at the height of the violence. The displaced lived for 7 years at Chiriandongo refugee settlement camp until Tuesday, when 705 were repatriated. This old lady says life in the settlement camp for 7 years was the worst in her 57 years and an experience she would rather forget.
Unalima alafu ndio use hiyo mahindi ndio tena ununue vitu kama sabuni, sukari.
The life was somehow hard because it is a different country from my country.
I feel happy because I've come back home.
The returnees are now temporarily settled at the St. Jude Reception Center in Malaba on the Uganda-Kenya border. They are asking politicians to be considerate of the common person while playing politics because they suffer the repercussions when things go wrong as the politicians fly out.
Change, at least our country to be well, than making us to be learning away each and every time.
So they should mind about the life of people rather than in their own lives.
Kenya is very safe now, and I think this exercise today should be the last exercise the Kenya government is doing to settle all IDPs in the country.
Uganda's Minister for Relief and Disaster Preparedness, Hilary Onek, concurred with the returnees on the need for politicians to always strive for peace other than violence.
We must manage our affairs, manage our countries well, and ensure that there is peace in our countries.
But these people are worried, saying the joy of returning home can only be sustained if the Kenyan government urgently intervenes to restore their livelihoods.
The government should consider giving us land and also providing us with houses, because most of us don't have anywhere to go.
About 1,500 people were reportedly killed in 2 months in Kenya following the chaotic 2007 Kenya general elections. The rivalry was between two main camps, the Party for National Unity, PNU, of incumbent President Mwai Kibaki, and Raila Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement, which contested Kibaki's victory, citing rigging.